Hi, this is Conrad Zimmerman of FistShark Marketing. If you dig the show, we hope you'll consider supporting us with a small monthly contribution through Patreon. For less than the price of a massage parlor handjob, you can help us continue to provide you with our own sticky situations. Just visit patreon.com/FistShark or click the big Patreon button at fistshark.com for more details. And thanks for listening. Parched. Hang on a sec. Jim?
Yes, darling?
What is this? What is this? Where's the water?
Oh, I replaced the water.
I can see that. Because this is not water.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what it is.
This is a new product that I've circulated around the office for a taste test, just to see how we respond to it in here within a focus environment, before we roll it out to the mass market.
Is it supposed to flow like magma?
You'd have to take that up with the manufacturer. I'm obviously just in marketing, as are we all, so I can't really help you with that part of it, but if you want to just give it a taste and let me know what you think, I can, of course, forward all queries to the manufacturer.
Alright. Now, hang on. Oh, it tastes of spines.
It's a spiny taste, yeah?
It's not carbonated, is it?
No.
It feels like my mouth is being stabbed with 1,000 thorns.
Right. So when you say spines, you are getting the flavour of sharp, spiky spines, as in like a porcupine's quill, as opposed to a vertebrae.
It's like I ate a spoonful of burrs.
Right. So definitely for you, sharp, stinging spines. Some people report the taste of the other sort of spine.
It's very thick. Like, I can't get over how thick it is.
Viscous, definitely.
And it tastes a little bit of cashew, I want to say.
That's a new one, actually. I'm gonna just, hang on, cashew, okay. Have you tried chewing one of the lumps yet?
No, alright, do I have to?
It would really help with the research if you would.
Alright, oh, I think I broke a tooth.
Oh, if you got one of the hardies, yeah?
Fuck.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be that hard. Most of them have the consistency of a dumpling. Some of them, I think, are just stones, though.
This is a beverage?
Yes, although it really seems to me like I'm going to have a word with Chad and change some of the ingredients, because so far, unilaterally, the response to this has been less than pos.
How big was your sample size?
You, Margaret.
So just us?
Yeah. And it's a 100% no so far on this. Very much a neg.
So did you say Kroger?
No, I said Chad, but you are right to assume Kroger.
It's the only Chad I know.
It's the only Chad that matters.
Where did he find it?
Find it? No, he made it.
No human made this.
Well, Chad transcends.
And there is that. Here's the thing about it that I don't understand.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Right.
Like, it's fucking terrible.
That seems to be the general consensus thus far.
I want to shave my tongue.
You might need to, or at least take some strong penicillin. Really, to be honest, I should have shaved the bottle before I poured it out.
But, hang on. You know what? Hang on. Oh, God. No, it's...
Went for another.
It's just as bad.
Okay, when you say it's just as bad, is it bad, but also in a different way? Did that sample you take taste differently from the first one?
A little bit. A little bit differently. And I don't know if it's just building on the horror of the drink before, or if it's just inconsistently mixed. But this time, I definitely got, like, the taste of rotted beef.
Beef? Beef.
Well, hang on.
Try again. I mean, let me know if you get any sort of seafood flavouring. Beef concerns me, because it shouldn't be tasting of beef.
Oh, God, why do I keep doing this? Oh, no. Oh, you know what that is? That's sea cow. That's manatee.
A little bit.
Okay, you can see how I could get confused.
Yeah. Okay. So, overwhelming flavour of manatee.
Oh, it's foul.
Yeah, well, we were hoping to counteract that, which is why there's a ton of crab meat in there.
Mm-hmm.
But clearly the crab meat isn't overpowering the manatee.
No, I'm not getting any crab meat at all.
I may ask Chad Kroger, the lead singer of Nickelback, to take the manatee out of Kroger Cola entirely, just so that we can focus on the crabby aroma and flavourings that popular Coke products are known for.
Did you say Kroger Cola?
I did.
Wow.
Good name, right?
Oh, that's good. That's
right?
good.
Right? My concern at the moment is that he had the idea of the name first, realised he knew nothing about carbonated beverage production, and so got some water and then just put shit in it. And then I came along, had a sponsorship deal I was already working with Uncle Crab Friend's Jumbo Lumps, and said, stick a load of crab in there.
That's a good name, though.
It's such a good name. It's hot.
We can work with that. We can sell that.
Well, yeah, Kroger Cola is hot right now. Not the drink, but the name.
Right.
And that's why, I really want to make this one work. I mean, I've been doing okay recently in the company, but I haven't had a massive hit in a while. And the moment I heard Kroger Cola, I was like, that right there is a name that can sell a product. Now we just need a product that doesn't overwhelmingly smell of manatee beef.
Oh, God. You know, I thought knowing the name, Kroger Cola would make it better.
Yeah, Margaret thought that too. She basically said it made it worse because she was then expecting better.
Yeah,
and got the same, and then that just ruined it even more.
Yeah, that's bad. That's very, very bad.
Yeah. I think the main problem is that a musician of any sort shouldn't be buying bottles of Coke, emptying them out in the local river, just putting river water back in the bottle and then putting in bits of meat and twigs and leaves and dirt and hair clippings and anything else he's found or that I've given him.
So you're saying we need a recipe?
I feel like to really make this work, we need to make a cola product, not just river water and sticks and meat.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I could certainly see how that would be more palatable.
I mean, at the very least, if we've got to stick mammalian and crustacean foodstuffs in there, we should make sure they're fresh, or at least have been in a fridge once.
I guess the question I have then is, how much of this has he made? Because, if there's a large capital investment, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, you're more of a numbers guy than me. How much is too much?
Well, any amount of this is too much, but...
Right, well, we've overshot production then.
Right, but are we talking about a cauldron of it somewhere, or does he have a whole warehouse stocked full of refilled Coca-Cola bottles?
Let me put it to you this way. Now, you remember St. Augustine's River, down by the park?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you notice how I'm referring to that river in the past tense?
Yes?
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying he didn't drain the river. Because he did.
He drained the entire river.
Yeah.
To make Kroger Cola.
Yeah, and when you factor in the cost of draining an entire river, on top of the amount of cola and Pepsi bottles he bought and dumped back into the river, which wasn't enough to replace the amount of river water he drained. It just kind of soaked into the wet dirt. On the plus side, St. Augustine's River is now kind of a small gorge that faintly smells of cola. We're thinking of calling it Cola Gorge, which I feel's a little on the nose, but it does get the job done.
It does, and that could be part of a future theme park attraction. incorporated into the Kroger Cola brand.
Well, why does the Coca-Cola Museum get to be the only museum about a drink that has ever existed?
Exactly. We can expand it out to a whole, theme park type deal at some point.
Yeah, come to Kroger Cola, World, Land, whatever. It's right by Cola Gorge. Right next to the Kroger.
It's interesting that they would be okay with that. Kroger and Kroger being right next to each other like that. They're two businesses.
Yeah.
You'd think there'd be concerns over confusion.
Somehow it worked out. People know not to go into Chad Kroger's shop.
Okay, so obviously there's a lot invested in this current recipe. And,
Yeah. But look at it from our perspective. It's a good name.
It's a great name.
Yeah.
The name, that's 90% of the product. That's the battle.
I'd say it's 100% of the product, if I'm being honest.
It does not get any easier.
No. In fact, a lot of the sediment rests at the bottom. The flavorful oils at the top kind of soften the blow. Then it just gets sour, and if I'm honest, macabre.
You say it's just me and Margaret?
So far. I'm still hoping to focus test throughout the day, but right now it's you and Margaret, and I'm really not happy with these 100% negative results we've got here.
I have to feel it's a really, really small sample size.
It's a very small sample size, actually.
How could we judge whether or not this is bad just based on two opinions?
That's true. Plus, we've also got to take into account that you are a high-powered, wealthy executive. You don't drink the kind of products that most common folk drink. You're used to fine wines and
I'm not a cola drinker, traditionally.
Luxury truffles are more your bag.
Right.
And Margaret, she lost her finger last year, so we can't trust her judgment. So really, we haven't tested this on any market.
Okay. Hear me out.
I'm ready.
I think we should go full out, test market it in all the major demos in New York, LA, and Miami. I'm talking a full investment of resources.
We just go with it.
Yeah, don't fuck around at all. Just dive right in and get Kroger Cola out there, because I think that once the name starts to spread, hang on, I'm parched. This stuff does nothing to. Oh, fuck!
There's a dragon on the building.
Is there?
Yeah, that's the new thing that's happening now.
Ah.
Yeah.
Like today?
Yeah, it must have started roosting after you got in, but when I drove up to the building this morning, there it was.
Oh.
Just sort of perched on top of the building. Huge and oversized, its wings sort of casting a dark pallor over most of Boston. You didn't wonder what the constant roaring was?
No, I've stopped asking questions about it. I did think it seemed a little bit dark, just on one side of the building, though.
Yeah, normally, if anything is going to darken anything, if the senior partners have summoned an eclipse, or if Balthazar's tuning his TV, it's going to go dark pretty much over the entire town.
It's not limited to just the one side of the building.
Or one reality. But here we are. We've got a dragon on the building. Did I say that already?
Yeah,
that's the new thing that's happening right now.
Like, what's the dragon doing? Just hanging out?
Not a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Aside from the roaring, which is annoying, but...
now that I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
Now that I'm hearing it, it's kind of annoying, yeah.
It becomes a little bit of an earworm, doesn't it? Worm spelt W-Y-R-M, because we're talking about a dragon, of course. Little linguistic humour there.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, so this dragon it's not doing a lot. It is just kind of sat there. Normally they sit on piles of gold.
Yeah.
The building's not made of gold.
Did the senior partners bring a pile of gold in and the dragon's just drawn to it?
I don't know. They stopped valuing all forms of currency lately. They still let the company make money, but they're mostly interested in shells.
No, that doesn't offer much of an explanation.
No, and I don't think there's any reason the dragon's there. I think I think, if I'm being perfectly honest, the dragon is just there to be there.
It's just there with no purpose, no reason behind it, no great grand design.
No, maybe it thought it would be funny.
I can't imagine. I mean, I know dragons are supposed to be like greatly intelligent or whatever.
Well, I mean, I can't imagine dragons in most situations.
Did you say you can or you can't?
I said I can't. It was a joke about a band called Imagine Dragons.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to lighten the morale of the office a little bit with some musical humour. Because I done my linguistic humour, now I'm doing my musical humour. But I only know that one joke, and it needs a real dragon to. I'll be honest. I brought the dragon in.
You brought a dragon, so
I brought the dragon in, and I've spent all day waiting for someone to say the word imagine while talking about the dragon problem, so that I could do that joke.
Okay.
Yeah, got a problem though. Got a problem.
What's the problem?
The problem is I've made my joke.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, it probably would have worked better if you'd encountered someone who was familiar with the band Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, I should have been quicker to have said it as well after you said Imagine, so my delivery was off. If I'm being perfectly honest, I don't think this one's going to make my Type 5 when I do my stand-up set.
Right.
Mostly because I'd need to bring a dragon every single time, and I tell you what, it was tough getting this one.
I can imagine. I mean, dragons are kind of dime a dozen.
I can't imagine. I missed my window again.
You see them everywhere in your fantasy milieu. I mean, it's positively stuffed with dragons. If you're into fantasy, you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a dragon, which will probably eat the dead cat.
Yeah, I don't know what dragons eat in real. This one has just been sat there all day yelling at any sort of planes that fly by. That brings me actually to the other part of the problem, aside from the joke falling flat, was... how best to phrase this? How'd you get rid of a dragon once you've invited it to roost on your building? Bearing in mind, technically it's not my building.
Yeah, I don't know how you get rid of a dragon. Pile of gold somewhere?
Well, yeah.
Take a big pile of gold and drive out into the middle of the woods, right? And you put the pile of gold out there, and the dragon comes down, and you sort of gesture towards the pile of gold. Go on, boy, go on. Go on. And then you get into the car, and you drive away. And you just leave it out there in the woods. I mean, it'll find its way, right?
It's a solid plan.
Don't look back. Just don't look back, because it'll break your heart.
Oh.
It'll break your heart to leave it there. I know it's difficult, but if you got to get rid of a dragon, I think that's the thing to do.
Yeah. I understand. I know I'm going to look back. I'm going to look back and I'm going to see that I've left one of my piles of gold in the woods and that pile of gold is never coming back.
You've got to be strong. This is the best thing for everyone. You can't go on having a dragon on your perch forever.
That's true. It's true. And I could buy another pile of gold, but...
When are you going to sleep if it's roaring atop the building, keeping the entire city awake?
All right. I'll sacrifice one of my piles of gold. Why don't normal people have piles of gold? Why can't I use Craig's piles of gold? But you don't have a pile of gold, do you, Craig? 'Cause you're a bastard. It's his fault the dragon's here. Did you know that? Did I ever tell you about what happened the day of the company bowls tournament?
No. I think I was gone that month. Wasn't that when I was in Tibet?
I think you were in Tibet with Val Kilmer, getting him emptied again.
Right, yeah. Because the draining, that takes time, yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah, plus those monks are the only ones that know how to do it, the pressure points and everything.
That's just as well. I don't look good in a bowling shirt. It's just not for me. Polyester.
None of us do. I think that's why the senior partners named bowls of all sports to be the company sport.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just like seeing us uncomfortable, itching in polyester. None of us know how to play bowls. None of us have bothered to learn the rules. So it's a whole mess, generally. Honestly, I envy the fact that you managed to somehow find a job out of town every year. But anyway, last year, Company Bowls tournament, it is the normal shit show. The senior partners are in their skybox laughing while we are throwing small round balls at other balls, and some man is yelling numbers, and none of us know what's going on.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm sat on the bench. Doris is on my team, and she's talking my ear off, going on and on and on about a chicken farm that she's thinking of opening up. She never shuts up about it. I'm like, either buy the farm or buy the farm. By that I mean die, Doris, because I'm sick of hearing your voice. Now, I didn't say that, of course. I'm not that rude. I shouted it at her while holding on to her shoulders and shaking her very, very roughly. That caused a bit of a scene. But that happens every year, so nobody really cared too much about it.
Yeah, that's not weird. That's not abnormal. Nothing strange.
Nothing strange. I feel like I might have a shot at winning this year, because unlike the others, I saw some bowls happening on the television about 6 months beforehand. I couldn't remember any of it, but it still gave me a better tactical advantage than anybody else. I'm lining up, I'm ready to bowl. There is a massive commotion, a huge crash, as the fencing to the green is torn apart. A bull, some crazed, escaped bull, charges right there onto the green, right in the middle of everything.
Wow.
Knocks the balls flying. It's chaos.
Yeah, I can imagine.
We're terrified. I've grabbed Doris, I've thrown her towards it. I've yelled at Craig. Craig's not there. He never gets invited. Furious I can't throw him as well. The bull starts kicking over the stands, crashing into the benches. It gores a couple of the bystanders. Most of them were in accounting. Didn't really matter. Horns and blood and yelling. Some people took to picking up the bowls themselves and just hurling them at the bull, which only infuriated it. Frankly, I thought we were all going to die. I was terrified.
That sounds just horrifying. I can't imagine.
I mean, I can't believe I haven't told you about this before, because it was such a life-changing and life-threatening event that affected everybody in the company.
It seems very significant, very important, and I can't imagine why I'm only just hearing about it now.
Yeah, because none of us talks about it the next day either.
It's just everyone just agreed to never discuss it?
Yeah, sort of. It was, I guess, this unspoken... You know how, like, in musicals, where everybody sings at the same time and everybody knows all the words? It was like that, but with silence.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right, so everybody just, without ever discussing it, agreed to never discuss it again.
Yeah. I'm honestly annoyed about that, because you must have been wondering why I've been representing a bullfighter for the past year.
Well, I have. That did seem a little strange, because it's not in our milieu. There's not a whole lot of bullfighting done in the United States. They're really more into rodeo.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a strange client for you to pick up.
Here's the thing, he saved my life.
No kidding.
He saved all of our lives.
Wow.
We're playing bowls. Bull charges in.
Uh-huh.
We think our lives are forfeit. After much hurling of bowls and entreating the bull for calm, it had us all backed into a corner. Somehow it had tactically rounded us up. Had us all, the entire company, except for the senior partners who were in the skybox laughing, we were all huddled in the corner. The bull was bearing down on us. We thought our goose was literally cooked. And then suddenly, Olé! There's a big Olé. There's a man, Spanish, bright blue and pink pastel clothing, a little black hat thing, red cloth in his hand, a sabre. He stood there on the partition fence, legs splayed, crutch adequate. He leaps down, jumps on the bull's back, grabs its horns, yanks its head. It goes crashing into the ground. He fought that bull for 6 straight hours while none of us helped. It was amazing. And henceforth, this company celebrated the Bowling Green Matador.
I'm gobsmacked. I'm thoroughly... A 6-hour bullfight?
A 6-hour bullfight that we all forgot to film. We all thought it was amazing.
Well, it sounds amazing. I'd love to have seen it.
Oh, sure. I'd love to show you it, but we don't have any proof of it happening.
Still, what a story.
A heck of a story. And, I've been representing him ever since. The Bowling Green Matador, he's become a bit of a local figure around Boston.
Right.
He doesn't really have any other bulls to fight. He killed Boston's only bull. It had escaped from the local farm. Agriculture being what it is in this area, he doesn't have much money, so he's never replaced the bull. And all the other cows are dead now because I wanted some beef.
So what's he doing then? Public appearances or, store openings?
Public appearances, he just tells everyone the story about what he did. It's a great story to hear him tell it.
It is a great story, yeah.
Imagine the way I told the story. Almost as good as that. So he does these appearances, signs little plastic bulls that the children all gather round. And they crawl all over him, and he sort of lifts them up on his biceps and everything. And it's brilliant. I love representing the Bowling Green Matador.
I can see why. I mean, it's so rare that we get to have a client on our books that's truly a hero.
Yeah.
Someone selfless.
Not only that, but someone with such a unique story, such a unique persona.
And so humble at the same time, because, I know that this is a big, kind of a big deal. You'd think I'd have heard about it. The humility that must come from this man in not exploding that story out. Because I would think everyone in the country would want to know about the Bowling Green Matador.
You'd think. I feel like that, but he just said, keep it small. I don't want too much press. So that's what I did. That's what I did.
Typical, really. Typical.
But he's been on my mind a bit recently because I've been trying to cheer him up.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little bit upset, and I don't know why.
FistShark Marketing is Jim Sterling and Conrad Zimmerman. Theme music by Ben Rama. Additional music by Alazar Chand. Our editor is Austin Yorsky. Get more episodes and learn how to support the show at FistShark.com. Follow us on Twitter at FistShark for more of our exploits. Complaints can be forwarded via email to fistsharkmarketing@aol.com. And remember, there's more profit in treating a symptom than a disease. Goodbye.